All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're here to talk about and review the new Netflix movie Back in Action. Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx, got secret spy family stuff going on. So we're going to get into our ratings at the end, whether we give it a now, later, never. We're going to talk about our likes, our dislikes, and some other opinions about the movie. But before we jump into that, Brian, you got a breakdown of what this movie's about?
Cannot believe you didn't say Glenn Close. Like,
I can link it, yeah.
Well, whatever. Okay. Former CIA spies Emily and Matt are pulled back into espionage after their secret identities are exposed. The end.
Boom. Yeah. 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 Action comedy kind of movie.
I mean, Kyle Chandler, we got our
Green Lantern.
Our Green Lantern right there.
Yeah. This would be the last thing he does before we see him as Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So but cool. I'll start off with Brandman. What you think about this movie, man? Some good stuff.
It kept me entertained. I don't think I've ever seen a performance from Jamie Foxx that I didn't like. Granted, he's been in some movies that I didn't like, but performance-wise, I've consistently liked him. It was nice to see Cameron Diaz kind of come back after her kind of quasi-retirement from Hollywood. Yeah. She hasn't been in anything, I think, coincidentally, since the Annie remake with Jamie Foxx.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fun. It kind of gave me a little like Mr. and Mrs. Smith vibes. Mr. and Mrs. Smith light.
Yeah.
But had some funny dialogue here and there. The way that Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx play off each other was a lot of fun. Always good to see Glenn Close. I thought her supporting role was fun.
Hey, British people don't hug.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So whoa.
I'm British. They drink gin and tea.
And tea.
And don't hug.
Mm-hmm. Ask me how I know I've been there. But but yeah, it knew what it was, and it was harmless entertainment, harmless Sunday evening type movie.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun with it. I thought it definitely did what it set out to do. So I was fine with it. It was nothing that blew my mind, but it was entertaining enough.
Okay. What are you, Brian? What you think about the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it was a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So it was that a lot of I don't even think they had script. They had some like some things that they're going to talk about. They had the outline, and they just said, "All right, go." I feel like that's what it was. So that's why some of it, you're not supposed to have dead air when you even do a show. There was dead air in the movie, but I feel like it was just fine. Jamie Foxx did fine. Did I think he cared about it? Nah. He was just like, whatever. He wasn't putting his acting chops like he did in Ray. He was like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and do whatever. And Glenn Close, they didn't really use anything special about her either. But it was nice to see Cameron Diaz get back in the saddle, and actually do these things. And I thought that was probably my funnest part. Kyle Chandler, was very obvious what was going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obvious as crap. I was like, you guys are the worst spies ever. This is worse. They're worse spies than the Mr. and Mrs. Smith remake on Prime. They're worse.
Oh, they were trash.
So I don't know how they survived or lived or made any decisions at all. But whatever, it was fun.
Yeah. Same for me, man. It was just fun action. I think the best part was seeing Cameron Diaz come back and be on screen again. Jamie Foxx, seeing him on screen after the his health issues he had last year. So seeing him on screen was cool. But yeah, it was just like you said, a Netflix movie. I think this was just like Jamie Foxx has a contract with Netflix. He's like, all right, I gotta start marking these off. Like I gotta bring this number back down, so he can go do other stuff. But yeah, it's just action, and
Yeah.
so we got some cool action fights and stuff like that from it.
What I come to expect out of a Netflix movie.
Exactly.
I mean, they have some good Netflix movies. Let's not just put, they're gonna do a Lion the Witch in Wardrobe type remake, and they're gonna put that in on IMAX only. This is not going to a theater. This is not a theater type of movie.
No. This is when you think of Netflix movies, this is it. The poster looks like a Netflix movie poster.
It does, right?
In the encyclopedia of a Netflix movie, it's like this right here.
Exactly. With all that being said, what are some bad things about the movie, Brandman?
Well, this kind of harkens back to what I said with it doing its it wasn't anything mind blowing or anything that really like blew me away, and it did its job. I think to an extent that was it didn't have any aspiration other than to be painfully average. Let's call it what it is. I feel like they just made it for the sake of making it. Like I said, it was fine, but I kind of like some stuff that kind of stands out, and I don't really remember anything that really about it that necessarily stood out other than Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz playing off each other very well. The action sequences weren't anything that I really haven't seen in the past. And like a lot of the tropes, like the kids not being aware of what's going on, what their parents are really up to, that sort of thing. It almost kind of felt like it was kind of stitched together from other movies that have done these tropes a lot better. I think that was my only thing. It was just it didn't aspire to be anything more, when I kind of appreciate movies that go for more. And this it was, like I said, it was just an average Netflix production.
Yeah, I like that. Like it didn't inspire to be anything else. Because that is a really good way to put it. But all right, Brian, some negatives.
So it's not Extraction. This is not one of those movies that's just like, wow, that blew my mind. I was like, I mean, there are parts where like some of the acting where I was like, ugh. The kids were annoying as crap. Even like the plot was like high school predictable. Like if you were going to go to a High School Musical, the plot was that predictable. You knew exactly what was going on the entire time. There was not one shock at all. I mean, nothing. Even was it Baron? Not shocking. I mean, Glenn Close is like wasn't shocking. Nothing about it was good, like really good. It was just okay. It was there the entire time. So like, I feel like the acting wasn't great. So the script wasn't great. The action wasn't great. The plot wasn't great. I mean, nothing was really nothing was terrible, but it just wasn't great either. I was just like, so the whole time I finished it, I was like, oh, okay. Let's kind of move on to the next thing. Yeah, like literally. That was it.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what I had. Everything was just so bland, so predictable, so boring. Besides a few of the fight scenes being entertaining, they still weren't like you said, it wasn't Extraction. It wasn't like mind blowing. Holy crap, how do they do that? It was like, yeah, he turned a gas pump into a fire flame.
Like a flamethrower.
We can do that too, guys. Like,
yeah, right. But besides everything just being super average and super predictable, the kids, especially the daughter, just irritated the shit out of me. irritated the shit out. But you are 14 going to a club,
going to a club.
drinking?
Yeah,
I
are
was
you
like,
serious?
You are
would walk out.
lucky.
I'd say you be walking out in handcuffs. I want to handcuff
Bro.
you to me. We're walking out together. I'm embarrassing the shit out of you.
Man,
I'd be
I mean,
walking
you're
out on
lucky
a
that.
stretcher.
Oh my god! Well, that's what I'm saying. I was like,
So that
how do they only
dude-
kick his? I
Yeah.
would have kicked too. It's like, what?
If I was Spies, I know they got caught because of that whole fight. I would have beat the crap out of him. Who the hell you think you talking to? Oh, she ain't going nowhere. I'm
Yeah.
about to break your neck.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I'm gonna break your neck. Like,
Yeah. Well, and then she already said like underage, and he's like, "Oh, she looks fine to me." I'm like, bro, like already, like what?
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Pretty much. He just
Have
like
a seat
pops
over
out from
there.
nowhere. It's exactly what it was. But I was like, there's no way that like she doesn't come out on a stretcher like the other dude did, you know, because it's like, no, like what, like like F your friends suck. Like,
oh, they're no longer your friends. Matter of fact, you want to move
you don't know them anymore.
Everything is changing in your life. Your phone,
Yeah,
you're not gonna get a piss on paper. You're not gonna be able to address letters. So I don't know what you're on punishment, super punishment. It's like a punishment with a cape. Like,
yeah. Just the whole time, the daughter was the only thing that was like pissing me off. Like they get to London, I think, or wherever in England, and like she gets mad because like her brother has a fake passport. She goes, "Oh, they get mad at me for going to a bar with a fake ID." I was like, "Are you that stupid?" I mean, you're 14. I get it. Like you don't know how everything works, but you're not that stupid where you're like your parents rushed in school, ripped you out of school, jumped on the plane all within like an hour. It was like you just can't be like, "Oh yeah, we're just doing something fun." It was like, yeah, it was so annoying, especially like, and I get it. It's not the actress' fault. She did what she had to do. She was told to be annoying like that. Oh, be so obtuse with everything. Be like, hey, be a 14-year-old kid times 100. Like, be that super annoying. And but that was really the only thing that pissed me off. We do things nice and simple here. Now, later, never. Now means you got to watch it before it gets ruined or any spoiled. Later means you can watch it whenever you have some free time, and never just means skip it altogether. Brandman, what you giving Back in Action?
Give it a later. It's one of those things that you could just, like I said, you could watch it like on a Sunday, when just kind of lounging on the couch. Because it was nothing. Sorry. It was nothing really stand out, but there were some entertaining parts, particularly between Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. Glenn Close was another standout, and like I said, it's nothing I haven't seen in the past. Done much better, but like I said, it did what it set out to do. Yeah.
Okay. What are you, Brian?
I don't know what it set out to do, but it was a movie. I mean, it was fine, I guess. I mean, it's like later. Usually, I say like you should watch it when it's streaming and it'll be good, but it's just fine. Like if you don't watch it, nothing's gonna go wrong with your life. Like nothing's gonna be missed out by not watching this. So I don't want to say never because it's not horrible. So it's never is horrible, but if it's a later, it's the back end of later.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I'm probably gonna give this a never. Kind of like going off of what Brian just said. It's like you're not missing out. You can not see this movie and still see this movie. Kind of, that's what I feel like. You hear people talk about it. You could probably watch this review and understand almost exactly what happens in this movie. It's that predictable, that tropey, that cliche. I mean, I would probably give it a never. I mean, even if you're a Jamie Foxx fan, go watch one of his other movies. Go watch one of his other movies.
Go watch They Clone Tyrone again. All right.
Yeah, go watch. Yeah, exactly. Like this. They go watch Ray's. Anything. This just wasn't great. Even for Cameron Diaz, I don't think this was even her best. Not even her average. I just felt like everything was very blah, very bland, very boring, very. Not. Like, it was. Action was cool, but I didn't have a fun time watching it. It was just like, okay, cool. I just watched it. That's what I just watched it and moved on. Kind of.
I watched half of the movie while I was on my phone.
But we appreciate everyone coming in and checking this out. We want to hear, leave a comment, let us know what you guys think about Back in Action. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you have fun with it? It's on Netflix. Everyone has Netflix, so you can go watch it now if you really wanted to. Again, Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx back on screen together. Maybe that's enough to get you, to click on that poster. But
did you feel that sexual chemistry with them? Exactly.
Oh, that whole scene. Yeah, there's a whole scene with that. That's weird.
Oh, I was like, yeah.
Like you could tell. Yeah. All right, but let's move on. Like I said, I appreciate everyone. If you're watching on the replay, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us for this movie review. And if you are in the live chat, stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night.